My name is Dr. Michael Benjamin. I'm a psychiatrist. I live in Israel. I was born in the middle 40s in Britain, Leeds, came to Israel, stayed here. I went through my life in the early times, mid-60s, as liberal as they come, as probably as liberal as any of you are watching. And now overnight I've become a fascist. And I sit and I watch and I wonder, what the hell are you talking about? They talk about the Holocaust as crimes against humanity. A lot of bullshit. It wasn't crimes against humanity. It was crimes done by humanity against the Jews. Yeah, sure, they threw in a few other people as well to make, I don't know why you don't have to explain it, you can't explain it. Basically, a country, a highly industrialized country, even at the state of war, made its sole purpose, or main purpose, was to annihilate Jews. And we try and say, oh, well, this is a crime against humanity. Yeah, great, it wasn't. Every country where there was a possibility to help, the Germans were given help. They didn't have to organize it, they didn't have to really look for it. They got it. Every country who could have helped didn't help in any way as much as they could have, and some of them didn't help at all. They spoke a lot, but they made damn sure that they didn't do anything. There wasn't one bomb for the crematoriums. There wasn't one shell for the railroads. The effort that went in to get Werner and save Werner von Braun, who was bombing Britain, crimes against humanity, well, he certainly did them. He was okay. He was pulled out. It was important. The arts that were stolen for the Jews weren't saved, but commando units went in to make sure that they weren't destroyed. That you could do. Crime against humanity. Humanity wasn't there. The Jews weren't human, and you weren't human either. You, the humanity you talk about. It wasn't just, as you're trying to tell yourself, something that happened then. It's been happening all the way along. Just of late I've been reading about the Black Death, the plague. Do you know that the Jews were blamed for that? Do you know that over 300 communities in Europe were wiped out? Swiped out. 6,000 Jews were burnt. That was in the Middle Ages. You know, every people at some time, I should imagine, can charge that they have experienced persecution. I should imagine that most people, if not all of them, at some time have had a hand in a wee bit of persecution too. The Jews have done nothing but persecution. And the Jews are probably the only people who have done their very, very best not to persecute others. And yet it goes on and on and on. Wherever we are, we should be somewhere else. Whatever we do, we should have done something else. And the only positive thing that we can say about all our critics is they will eulogize us very nicely. We don't need it. For the first time ever, we have the capability of defending ourselves. And this we will do. There should be no doubt in anybody's mind that this is what's going to happen. We will not have a raving lunatic build a bomb, deny the Holocaust, and threaten us. No matter how you pontificate, no matter how you explain it to us, we're not going to let it happen. I'm a reasonably mild, not jingoistic person. I've been around for 60 years plus. I've seen what's happened. I see it going over and over and over again, time after time after time. Don't trot out crimes against humanity, crimes done by humanity. Don't trot out phrases like force, proper use of force. We don't know what you're talking about. You certainly don't. None of you can turn around and say when they use force properly. Don't turn around and say that citizens shouldn't be killed. Tell the Hamas and the Hezbollah. Don't explain to us why they are endangering their people and why we shouldn't endanger their people, but we should endanger our own. Don't tell us to take the extra mile, because that extra mile you wouldn't take yourselves, and the extra mile has always ended up for us in a graveyard, our graveyard. We've had quite enough, we've learned quite enough, and we are not going to take any more of this carry on and this gross stupidity and hypocrisy. We don't really care what you're saying anymore, because you're so completely out of touch, completely unfair, that we're not listening anymore. Pity, that's what it is. When we say never again, it's not a slogan, it is a reality. It's not going to happen again. Thank you very much for listening.